This one is carapace shell. It's the part of the exoskeleton that covers the head and thorax and protects the dorsal and lateral surfaces. This is the cervical groove, and it is the crossbar of an H-shaped set of grooves. It marks the approximate division between head and thorax. This is the anterolateral teeth, the teeth of the anterolateral margins of the carapace. In some crabs, anterolateral margin is smooth absence of teeth. The first anterolateral tooth is commonly called the external orbital tooth, and sometimes it is counted separately from the following anterolateral teeth. This is the antenna. Two pairs of antennae are small and may go unnoticed if they are folded out of sight under the anterior edge of the carapace. This is the eyes. The two short, thick eye stalks, which are not segmental appendages, are located in the anterior edge of the head in the orbits. A large compound eye located at the end of each eye stalk is composed of hundreds of independent photoreceptive units. The compound eyes in a crab's eye stalks help him detect UV light in low light conditions more than a half-mile below the surface of the ocean. This is the posterior margin. And this one is a lateral spine. This is the swimming legs. This is the swimming legs. Confer on the crabs a power to dart at high speed through water bodies, while the ductile bears thick setae along its edge. This is the coxa. The first segments of the walking legs are called coxa, which in the first four pair of legs are modified into many bristly spines that are used to share food and push it toward a centrally located mouth. The coxa of the fifth pair of legs bear a short spatula-shaped paddle that is used for cleaning the gills. This is the ischium. The upper portion of the ischium forms a major part of the concave portion of the pelvis that forms the hip. As part of the hip joint, this bone plays a very important role in leg mobility, balance, standing up, and lifting tasks. This is the merus. The carpus. This is the propodus. This is the dactyl. The merus is the largest segment in the leg and often contains characters which can be used to distinguish between species. The meri of the 8 walking legs from the dorsal view of the crab. This is the carpus. Propodus. is the segment making up most of the claw, including both the palm and the fixed and movable finger or the pollex. This is the dactyl, the seventh and last segment of the leg. The dactyl represents the most distal end of the leg and is the part of the leg which actually touches the surface when the crab is walking. It is the movable finger, and it rotates about a hinge access to the next fixed finger. The dactyl represents the most distal end of the leg and is the part of the leg which actually touches the surface when the crab is walking. And now I'm going to identify its internal parts. So first, I'm going to open the crab. As we can see, the yellow part is what we called the gonad. This part is what we call the gills. Crabs breathe through gills. For gills to work, they must be able to take in oxygen and transport it into the animal's bloodstream. Like fishes, crabs use their gills to absorb oxygen from water. Crabs use articulating or movable plates around their gills to help seal in moisture to prevent them from drying out. They also store water in their blood and specialized pockets throughout their bodies. This is the gill rakers. No role in gas exchange. The predominant function of the gills, they do perform an equally important function for filter feeding fish, food acquisition. These bony projections serve as a sieve to trap food particles. This part is the heart. This part is cardiac stomach.